All right, people. So happy to have you here, and thanks so much for joining today's Microsoft Excel class. I want to find out if you guys can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you, 90% of you here are Nigerians, and the elections are over. And I guess everyone is at peace right now. And it seems to me that we can continue the class without people having anxiety issues. So
Election
I
is not over. We're
I
having
welcome
governorship
you.
election next week.
Yeah, but then the presidential election seems to have been the
We're still
highlights of
going to
all.
court.
uh,
So we are very anxious.
okay, okay. So please, we have 18 people here. Let the latecomers know that class has started, and today we are starting our intermediate class, and hopefully we continue from intermediate all the way to Microsoft Advanced Excel, where we talk about interesting things. For those of you that are in the premium group, tomorrow you will get a grouping of all your colleagues that are going to be in the same group with you so that you can start working on projects together and prepare for your internship. When you are done with the internship, you can, of course, get your certificate of completion. You can reach out to us to request for a letter of recommendation should you want it. And of course, we are also going to have to pay attention to those of you that are not interested in the data analysis class, but they want to start making money. So, one of my colleague who is actually an expert in remote opportunities and jobs and how you can get to work using Microsoft Excel in different platforms is already on ground to help those of you that are already like they just want to jump into using these skills to begin to earn, which is very possible, like I've shared with you guys in the comments, sorry, in one of our previous classes. So, what I'm going to do right now is I know that not all of you may be interested in that session. So, I'm going to drop a WhatsApp group. We don't need too many people again because the more we proceed with some of these courses, the more we but I don't want to be distracted. If you guys can remind me towards the end of this class, I can open a distinct WhatsApp group only for those who want to know how to explore their remote. The course is not going to start now. It has to be when you are done with the internship and we are confident that you know what you are doing in Microsoft Excel. Then we can begin to say, all right, now you know what you're doing in Microsoft Excel. You know what, let's introduce you to places where you can sell this knowledge of yours, where you can sell your skills, where you can work with different companies or different businesses and things like that. So that's totally dependent on you. But if you enroll for the data analysis class, I'm also saying that you may or may not want to join because there's going to be a session which um, I don't know if it's a part of the package, but we'll see about that towards the end of your course because it's like 2 months, right? So it's a massive different trainer. So it's not just I'm not even going to be teaching those of you that are enrolling for the data analysis class. I'm only doing Excel because I love Excel, and then because somehow this year I felt to do a lot of free courses like this. So yeah, I started with Excel, but you are not going to be hearing from me until probably I don't know. So SQL Server, I'm not gonna be the one teaching. Tableau, Power BI, and so because I'm expensive. So having said that, that was just a kind of housekeeping. I want to entertain questions for those of you. By the way, I just went through the Discord server and I saw some really amazing visuals. So I'm just going. For those of you on the call, do you have any question?
No, sir.
No, but someone is already asking a question from the chat.
All right. Okay. What's
Person
the
is
question?
asking if the premium class is still available. That's for the discount.
Are you talking about the Excel class? That's the premium Excel, right?
Yes.
Well, anyway, let me also say this. By the time this we are done with our class, our Excel class, those of you that are quite lazy and you feel that you can have access to this knowledge till you die. That's a lie. So if I spend, yeah, okay, she said Excel class. If I spend my time and hours and do all this for the majority of you here free of charge, um, you didn't pay anything to enroll. Those who paid to be in the premium group are actually paying to have access to me. So I pay so much attention to them than I paid to those who can't afford to, But then the class is still free to attend to everyone. I didn't say if you don't pay, because I'm keeping to my word, right? I didn't say if you don't pay, you can't join this class. But if you want me to answer your questions, make you guys to work on a team, and just give you some personalized experience, and so that you can start doing something interesting, you have to. That's kind of serious, right? It's not just like listening to class. So at the end of this course, I'm going to shut down everything. You are not going to have access to the recordings except those in the premium group. And by then, I'm going to be giving you the recording out for 10,000. That's in naira. It's in dollars. I'll be looking at maybe $20 or $30. So if you want to get in, just do it now when everyone is still trying to navigate the class, right? So yeah, the discount is still on now. Like you can get it for 3,520, right? Um, Festus, I don't know what problem do you have with Snip tool? Because that's not a specific question. So yes, please get on board the link. Get it now. It's 3.5. At the end of the class, you definitely get at the end of the class, you definitely get it for 10,000 naira. And it's not negotiable. Any other question before we start the class?
No question.
All right. So I'm going to go through. There's one visual I saw on the Discord server. I'm going to go through it right now. I don't know. This person caught my attention. This person visual caught my attention. Can you see what he did? I don't know if it's a he or a she. You see how neatly arranged this visual is. He kept the numbers, October sales. He kept all of them on top of the bars. All right. He didn't put them inside because obviously, if you put them inside, they are going to overlap each other. Like they are going to overlap each other, and the bars
Sorry,
are
am I the
so
only one that
unequal.
is not seeing the chat?
You are not seeing the
I'm
chart.
invisible. I'm seeing
Yes.
it.
Oh,
Okay.
that should be from my
So
end.
yeah. So the bars are quite unequal. Okay, and the pie chart is fantastic. The pie chart is neatly arranged. His choice of colors again, very incredible. So very simple visual, very simple chart. Is the person here Pere? Is it Pere Abiarede or Ebiarede or Ebiarede or what? Ibiarede. Uh, is the person here? Uh, Department versus category. Okay. This is quite interesting, but again, if you look at this person's visual, when you say number one, two, three, four, five, what exactly does it represent? The X and the Y axis, you didn't mention what they represent. So if you say department versus category, which of them here is department? Which of them is category? So when you are checking your legend, try to make sure that okay, let me go to where we have the hashtag and see those who okay. Oyo Dudu Zainab. So this is not like a chat. I told you guys, anything that's not chat, please submit it in the email that was provided. Submit it to the email that was provided. And you have like tomorrow, right? Those of you in the premium group, I already announced this. I don't know if I told others. You have like from now, you have to submit those things so that you can get group tomorrow. Your project begins from tomorrow. So all of these are to be submitted via emails. The only thing you submit here is your chart. Yeah, this is okay. This guy must be obedient human being. He took your obedient movement to my class. This is so this is a clean job. Okay, all of these submit them to the email. This is quite blurry. Nafishat. You can do better than this. The colors are this they are suffering from cognitive dissonance. So try to make your colors. I don't know if this person is a lady or a woman or a girl, but try to make your colors to be feminine. You guys, women are said to have love for colors or things like that. But this is not it at all. Okay. The Frank 01. Please go and change your name. I can tell you that is not the name your father gave you. The Frank 01. If your name is Frank Naomi, change that your Frank 01 to Frank Naomi. I think we talked about branding when we started this class. Do you guys remember?
Yes, sir.
We talked about it now. That Turkish students. Una know they fall my hand. Okay, this is nice. This is nice. Like the charts too are okay, very very okay, because the numbers and everything else, they are not overlapping each other. Uh, I see the trend analysis is quite nice as well. Interesting visual. So I've been taking this chart is not nice at all. This one here, I didn't teach you this. So this person, I didn't teach you this thing. The background is okay, the chart coloring, choice of everything. But those things you put inside, and then you have number one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Okay, so now you have to, if you are inserting numbers into inside your chart, make sure it accompanies with at least an explanation of what those numbers mean. Or better still, you just take them away and allow the legend here, which is the coloring, to represent whatever you say. Um, okay. So all of these ones that are not chats, just send them to the email that was provided with your full name. This is blurry and the colors again kind of crazy. La Jumi, that's not your name. You know that it's not your name. Okay. So please guys use the hashtag so that I don't need to be looking at your so every time we have classes, I'm going to be going down and check. This is incredible. This person, what is this person's name? Eve. Evie. Is that like Eve, like Adam and Eve? Let me check. This is very, very incredible. Like this is one of the best charts I've seen so far. Bold coloring. Hmm? This person must be a full-blown woman. What is the Eve? Is she here? Okay, yeah, he said you saw it too. His name is Pere. You crushing on our Pere. That Eve, I don't know, is a person here. Please, those in the comment section, let me know if you can hear me.
I can hear
Are
you.
you following?
You
Yeah,
can hear
I'm
me
not
loud and
talking
clear,
Yes,
sir.
about
I
those
can
ones
hear
that
you, but I
are
think there's a network glitch.
yeah, those in the comment section live. If you can hear me, please let me know. Okay. Is it all right? Okay, Ogochuku, you can hear me. That's fine. All right, so let's continue with the class. I'm just going to. So I've been looking at the visual. So this person is very bold visual. I love it. This is okay again. I wish it took a better snap. It's always I think you guys should ask people that get this thing sorted, right? Snapchat or sorry, see me with Snapchat too. The snip tool where you can you know crop an image is quite different from using your phone to take a picture of what you've done. So this is clear enough, and I'm pretty sure you use a phone or a device, to take a picture. This I cannot as clear. This again is good enough. This person must be money infused, money talk. So and life could be interesting. 'Cause sometimes I forget I studied my second degree philosophy psychology. So when I read things that people write, I kind of use it to draw some map. So draw some maps around what this person's personality would be like. So I'm seeing money here. I see this person is quite good with colors and arrangement of text. And I see there is a smile icon. And I see right up love, hate, war, peace. So this person is full of himself or herself. Amaka seems to love money. Okay. Now this is not it, Cheta. This is not it. I see what you've done, but not a picture. Just kind of use a snip tool. You should get it right. Okay. All right, guys. Let's continue with our class. And welcome to today's Microsoft Excel Intermediate class. You can see I already have your project here. Your project is right here. For those of you that have been looking at small Excel files, see your project too. They are all here waiting. They are all here waiting for you guys. You can see data modeling projects in the Excel project. But this is not what I'm. And then I should send you guys the index and match today. Anyway, today we are going to begin talking about pivot tables. Okay, should I continue? Are we still in class?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Continue.
sir.
We are still in class.
So the
Yes,
thing
right
about
now.
pivot tables is that pivot tables are so important that they always come out in most of the Excel interviews you would ever attend to. In fact, most companies expect you to know two things as base level. I can tell you on a scale of 1 to 10, you would see these two things mentioned at least 5 or 6 times. I'm talking about VLOOKUP. I'm talking about lookup functions generally. I'm talking about pivot tables. These two things I must. You have to, especially if the company depends on Microsoft Excel to analyze their data. I hope you guys see how important it is. Now, what
Yes,
is
sir.
Excel? What is VLOOKUP? How many of you have used VLOOKUP before? How many of you have used pivot tables before?
Me, I haven't used any of them.
I haven't
Okay,
used them as well, but at
None
least
of the above.
okay.
reading up a bit.
So let me check the comment section and check. Is there any of you that have used VLOOKUP before? Any of you used VLOOKUP before? This is my comments, people. Ezechi is always the first to answer me. The rest of you, are you people see here? Any of you use VLOOKUP or
Pivot.
pivot table? Okay, Ezechi said no. So, okay, let's say I'm going to stop the class and then I'm going to take only those that say no and then we'll treat it. Deal?
I said no, sir.
No deal, sir. None. I said no too.
Me, sef, I don't know.
All
I
right.
don't know.
Senator, are you here?
Yes, sir. I said no.
PUN, are you here?
As always.
Faith Edok, are you here?
Present, sir.
Lawal, Miriam,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Zainab,
Yes, sir.
Zainab.
Yes, I'm here.
All right.
I'm here.
So
Oh, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
now that I have gotten a lot of no's, that means that I am still in the right class. So let's continue. So pivot tables are so important. If you don't know
Yes,
pivot
sir.
tables, you never start with Excel. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So when you have a set of table like this and you are expected to put it in a pivot table, again, remember we've talked about tables, we've talked about how to know that this okay. Now you guys should look at this table. Can you guys look at it and tell me, without me clicking on any column, can you look at it and tell me which of the columns have been tampered with?
Amount. Amount.
Amount
How did
Amount
you know?
column.
How do you know?
Because it's the
has
font
been
and
From
it's
the drop
different.
entered.
down. It's not the same with others.
Exactly. So we just go there and see what is happening, and we see that all right. So there's actually a sort by largest to the smallest. And that was what was tampered with. It meant that this wasn't the case. This wasn't the case in the initial data set that was sent. Anyway, I thought I would be able to clear the content, but let's leave it because it's not important to the class now. So pivot tables, just highlight the table you have, go to insert, and under insert, you would see this icon. Those of you that are using other versions of Excel, what is it saying? A pivot table actually helps you to summarize. A pivot table actually helps you to summarize your data using a pivot table or a pivot chart. Okay, it makes it easy to arrange and summarize complicated data. That is what it does. And then you can actually drill them down to details. So if I click on pivot table and then I choose pivot table, you are going to see this dialog box, right? So this dialog
Yes,
box is
sir.
asking select select a table or range. Can someone tell me why do I have sales data and not the name of the cells? Why do I have sales data and not the name of the cells?
Maybe it has been renamed.
Okay.
Sorry,
Can someone
come
tell me
again. Why do you have what?
some
Sir, please recap the question.
why do I have sales why do I have sales data here and not the name of the cells that have been highlighted?
It has been named as a sales. It has been
That's the
It,
named
table
as
it
a
has
sales
been
data.
renamed
name.
at the
It
back
has
at
been
the back.
renamed.
Ex- exactly. That is the table name. That first person that say maybe on behalf of myself, my
Zainab.
family, my village, huh? I ban
Zainab.
and cast you from
And
all
cast you.
language of maybe. What are you saying? It is either yes or no or something in between,
Yes,
but
sir.
never maybe.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So please, sales data, that's because I renamed this table or I gave this table a name. And you remember anything that is on the table, I ask you guys to always give it a name. Okay? So that's
Yes,
what
Yes,
we
sir.
have. The
yes,
table and
sir.
range is a sales data table. Now watch and see what is going to happen. If I come here and then click on pivot table without highlighting anything, okay, I click on pivot
Okay.
table, then click on the icon there. Now it's asking for the table and range. Now I have to click here. What do I do? I'm going to come here and highlight everything. Can you see? The
Yes, sir.
moment I
Yes,
highlight
sir.
everything, it has already acknowledged that this
Says that.
table has a name. So
Yes,
instead
sir.
of giving it instead of giving it the name of the cells, what it did was now to reference the table as having a name and then calling that name for me. And then I'm going to click here and then I go back. If you want to use an external source, for those of you that enroll for a data analysis course, you will now understand what we mean by external source. So it could be your CSV file, it could be your SQL server, it could be your PowerPoint presentation, it could be anything that is outside this particular workspace. So if you click on external source, you are going to choose your connection and then the connection name, blah, blah, blah. So that's not the purview of this class. So we are going to leave that. Then we are going to go to the next thing. The next one here is choose where you want the pivot table report to be placed. Like I always tell my students, if you are working on a pivot table, please always choose new worksheet. Do you know why you choose new worksheet? Because sometimes if you have too many rows of data in a particular sheet or too many columns, and then you still insert your pivot chart or table into that worksheet, it's going to make the whole place rowdy. So I choose rather, when once you give your table a name, make sure you do every other thing on a new worksheet. So before we go to the new worksheet, I want you guys to pay attention to the table. How many columns do we have?
Four.
One, two, three,
Four.
four. Four.
Oh,
Four. And what are the names of the columns?
Date,
We have
salesperson,
A, we
Date,
product,
have
and
date,
B.
amount.
salesperson,
product,
product,
amount.
amount.
Exactly. And then you also have rows. And under rows, you can see each of the names of the salespersons, the products, and the different amounts, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now, Excel has already identified this. So what we do is we just click on OK, and it's going to take us all to a new sheet, a brand new sheet. And then you can see the names of all the columns here. This is what is called the pivot table field list. Okay.
Okay.
This is what
Yes,
is
sir.
called the pivot table field list. But on any account you don't see this. If you are doing this thing with me, you will follow this class quicker than others. So if at any point in time you don't see this drop down, immediately you click on new worksheet and click on OK. What you need to do is go and look for this icon. All right. Go and look for this icon called
Field list.
field
Field
list
list.
and then check it. Right. You can see it's disappeared. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
But we need it up so we can click on field list and it's right back up. Now, I want you guys to study. What do you see here? You see the names of the fields: date, salesperson, products,
Salesperson,
and then
product
amount.
amount.
And then look below. What do you see? You see four fields or areas. We have the report filter, the column labels, the
Column.
row labels, and then what? Values.
Values.
Value.
Having said this, the next thing we want to do is come to the right. You are going to see this dashboard or this report. What is it saying? To build a report, choose fields from the pivot table field list.
Beautiful. Choose field.
So now, assuming we want to look at just two persons or two salespersons, we are going to come to salesperson. We are going to, you see the drop down arrow here. Click on the drop down. When you click on the drop down, this will come up. Uncheck select all. Then let's say we want to check only Anne and Laura.
Mark.
Only Anne and Laura. And then you click on OK. Those are the two people you want to check. Maybe you are working with somebody and the person doesn't, maybe his ex-girlfriend was Anne, and then they are sending a report and he sees Anne, and then he sees Laura, another ex-girlfriend, and then he gets angry and says, you know what? Call me the data analyst. I want to see this Anne and Laura, what they have been able to achieve for this company. Let me know. Because if they are not doing well, I'm going to sack them. And you, as a data analyst, you tell, all right, I've heard you loud and clear. Give me a minute. I'm going to come right back to you. And then you come,
Um,
then you drag out Anne and Laura's name. So let's see what Anne and Laura, let's see what they have. So we click on OK. And then once you click on OK, what do you notice? What do you notice there?
The
funnel.
filter.
Filter. Filter
Exactly.
funnel.
You people are giving me joy. Guy, people are giving me joy. One boozer, three children, one beer for all of you. So now that you have seen
Are
the
we going
filter
to
button, huh? What do you
are we
do
going
now? You now make sure you check this. Once you check this, I want you guys to watch this place and see the change. Once you check it, can you see that? Anne and
Yes,
what?
sir.
Laura.
Laura.
And then the next thing we want to do is we want to see the amount. So we check the amount. We don't need to filter it because already there's a filter here. So just check the amount. Then
It's
Viola. You can now see, oh, Anne made a lot of money. That's 2150. And Laura made 650. So you
2000.
can now say, right,
Laura
Mr.
is going to be
Francis, I am happy to tell you that Laura did not make a lot of money, and you can do with her whatever you will, while I also keep my job. So that is how a lot of people lay off their staff. They want to see their performance. And because they want to gauge your performance to either keep you, this actually happens in most commission based businesses. So now that you guys have seen this, I want you to look at the areas here. Do you see that the amount automatically fell under values? And
yes.
Yes.
then the salesperson automatically fell under row labels.
Level.
Well, you can distort this if you want to. You can distort this if you want to. I understand that some of you may not even see the drop down under your salesperson. So what are you going to do? You already know that for you to filter anything, there is already an expo for you here. The filter icon is right here. All you need to do is drag your salesperson, drag it all the
Put it
way
under
down
filter.
to the filter. Can you see that? But once you
Yes.
open it, put it down under the filter, you can now do whatever you want to do. You know, you can come back here and edit it, blah blah blah. But I don't want that because I have mine sorted out.
Yes, sir.
So I can decide to throw that away and then check this. So you can also say, you know what, I don't want my amount to be a column. Sorry, to be under rows. To be under rows. So you can just drag this down to rows, and then you can see what happened. Right? You can see the arrangement is now different. And I say, you know what, I don't want it to be here. I want it to be under column labels. And you can see this is incredibly useless because it doesn't make any sense. um to I love when it's right back to values, and then we can see what Anne have made over time and what Laura have made over time. All right, so we can come back here, open the filter, and then make sure we check everything and click on OK. Now we can see everybody. Now let's say, okay, we just added the amount and the names. Exactly what did these guys do that they are making this money or they are making this sales? So we can just check product, and then you can see the product attached to each of them. So you can take the product, drag it all the way down to the columns, and then you can see the products. And under columns, and then you can see rows, and then you can see sum of amount. Is there anybody in God's earth that is confused about pivot tables?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes.
Because as
Quite
simple as it looks,
understood.
there are people that would say they don't understand.
It's
Okay,
clear,
Faith
sir.
said that is pivot table. Okay, good. Any
Yeah.
question on pivot tables? New Dawn. I want to. If you are, if I guess you are new to my class. If you are not, then you should know that your confusion is not a question.
Mm.
Is there anyone that have a specific question aside being confused? New Dawn. I want you to rephrase your comment so that I can attend to you. All right.
Francis is asking if you can take it again.
Okay. I'll take it again. Question, please,
Catherine is from
Catherine.
your end.
Can I continue?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you can.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm going to take it slowly again, but please pay attention because I won't repeat. I won't repeat myself. So let's say I'm going to delete this sheet and start all over one last time. So we are talking about pivot tables. And I started by saying Guys, if you must prove that you are a professor, a visiting professor of Microsoft Excel, if that's your claim and you don't know pivot tables and then you don't know lookup statements, then you haven't started telling us the real color of your problem. That is why I recommend that you must know what pivot tables are and how you can use them. So we have a table. Am I loud enough? Are you guys hearing me? Can you follow me now?
Yes, you are.
Yes, sir.
Sir, please, can you
Good.
highlight the comments, please?
Oh, okay. Let me. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything for you.
Oh,
So we start. We say, this is the table. You highlight it, right? First thing, you highlight it. But in any case, even if you don't highlight it, I said if you highlight it, go to your home menu, go to your paste, like copy and paste. You know, the way you used to copy and paste Expo in class. That's what I mean. Copy and paste. So go to your paste, click on the drop down, and you see that this is not what we are looking for. So you leave it. Go to insert, look for pivot table, open the drop down, click on pivot table. If you don't see this drop down, look for the icon. I always emphasize icons. If you don't see the drop down, look for the icons. So our table was already named sales data. And let me cancel. This is where we named our table. Go to design. This is our table name, sales data. That is how we did it. So it's not magic. Then go back to inserts. Let's do it again. So you see a pivot table, can see sales data as the name of our table. So we have selected our table or range. Now leave it checked on new worksheet. And I always prefer to use new worksheet because if I put my pivot table in an existing worksheet, it's going to make the whole place messy. You are going to see that table that we saw is going to be on display. I'm going to do a lot of dragging, adjusting. I don't want that shit. So I'm going to leave it on new worksheet because I want to go to the new worksheet actually, and then click on OK, and then it takes us to the new worksheet. And then I said that when you come over here, you are going to see this place, this dialog box, and this dialog box is called a field list. On any account, you can't see it because you can't see it, or you can't see it. Go to field list. If I click on field list, it disappears. In any case, you can't see it. Go to field list. Look for field list. Look for it. Be patient. Look for it. Then click on field list. It will come back up. Now you can see we have date, salesperson, product, and amount. Now, assuming you want to just present a quick, remember what pivot table, what it does is that it gives you a quick summary. It's like the bigger brother to sort and filter. You can see there is a filter here, there is a sort here. All right. So it's basically sort and filter together. Okay. But there's a lot of interesting things about pivot table. As we proceed, you are going to know why this shit is important. So we open this. We have dates. You can see all the drop downs, all the arrows facing downwards. Those are called drop downs. So you can open salesperson, and then you can see all of this. You can see that sort and filter is not even open here. All right, it's not open here the way it was open the other way because this is like you need to do it right here. So let's say this time around we want to see just Mark and Maria. So we have Mark, we have Maria, we have checked the two names, and we click on OK. Now, I want you to watch this part of your pivot table. Now, we checked on, okay, you could see the what do you see there? The filter icon showing you that particular thing. If you look, it's not there in dates, but it's there in salespersons. It's not there in product, neither is it there in amount. And then that shows you that that place have been worked on or manipulated or somehow. So you check on it, and then you can see the two names that you choose is actually out there. Then you can add amounts to them. When you click on salesperson, it automatically goes under the row labels area right here. When you check on amount, it automatically goes under the value area, while the amount becomes a column. You can take it down to columns if you want, which absolutely makes no sense because you don't know who is earning what, right? You can take it to report filter, which absolutely makes no sense as well. So I leave it on the amount, and this makes a whole lot of sense. And then if you want to add the product, you can come here and add your product. So you can see that Maria sold only one product, which is soda, for 1600, and Mark sold two products, which is soda and wine, for 510 and 1010. Okay, and the grand total for the both of them was what? 320. Oh, sorry, 31.
3,120.
Yeah. You can decide to add dates to this if it is very important for you, but date is totally not important. So you can see that there is a little minus sign. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in so you can see there's a little minus sign before their names, right? There's a little minus sign before their names. What in heaven's heaven am I doing? All right, can you see? There's a little minus sign in front of their names. Can you see that?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
sir.
So it means that those minus signs is just like you have positive, and then you click on it, it's going to open and show you something that is inside. For instance, let's say Lawal and PUN. When you see Lawal, you see Lawal with a wedding ring, you definitely know that Lawal
She's
he
married.
has something. If you click on Lawal, you are going to see married. But if you click on PUN, there's no wedding ring. You are not going to see anything except single, assiduously, terribly, and interestingly searching. Do you understand? So I'm going to click this minus sign and it becomes a positive, meaning that if you open that positive, you are going to see what exactly is Maria made up of. Click it, you see. Maria is made up of one thing and one thing alone: soda. That is to
Soda.
say that as a salesperson, she sold only soda for 1600. And if you close that and then you look at Mark, Mark is made up of two things: soda and wine. So you can see that in this company, I can say, you know what, Maria, I want you to continue selling soda because it seems you are making money better than Mark. Mark, Maria, you haven't sold any wine, so I can't even give you wine to sell. But Mark, I want you to keep selling your wine. So I'm going to open my filter button, and I'm going to select all. I'm going to, because I want to see all of them now. Okay, so let's look at all of the names we have here. Clearly speaking, the way it's arranged like this, can you in a second tell me who made the highest amount for this company? Who is the highest salesperson for this company?
And 2150.
And
2000. Okay, and okay, that's because we don't have too many names, so we can see that for ourselves. But in any case, we have a lot of names. There's a better way to do this. And that better way is to adjust your filter, or rather, I'm going to take the product, take it down to columns. So this way you can see almost immediately, because the other one, the numbers were confusing. Can you see the difference?
Yeah.
This one, you have to look at each of them one after the other to know, okay, who made the highest amount. Are you guys following me?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
sir.
But when you take this product under the row area, take it all the way down to columns, it becomes easier. It becomes easier. So you can come here to rename your columns if you want. Like it says column labels, you can simply say product. Okay. If I want to remove this and say product, that's it. And then if you open, you are going to see all the products. If you want to see only soda, sorry, uncheck everything and then soda, click on OK. So what do you see? Only two people sold soda, which is Maria and Mark, and Maria made the highest sales. So this is how simple it gets. So that if your company, you want to be working for businesses, or you want to do data entry tomorrow, want you to give them a summary of anything, pivot table is the way to go. Because at the go, you can come, check, remove, do things, all your sort and filter, all of them in a single table. Hello,
Hi.
is it clear now?
Nice. Yes, sir.
It's getting clearer.
No, 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 it's not getting clearer. It is clear.
It's clear.
Who is this person? Oh, please, can someone check on Aish Kumar?
Mm, probably the person was sleeping and typing.
All right. Ogochuko, you said Sir Anne is supposed to be beer and wine, but it's only beer that is showing. Really? Let me go and check it. Let me go and check it and see.
No, Anne is beer now.
Well, we can't say no without showing work. So let's see. Let's check it out and see if and it's beer. So you can see, and it's only beer. We can come back here, drag it down. It's still the same thing. So we can come here and close all this. So all of them, you can see the plus signs. You open and it's just beer. So probably. I know you love Anne and you wanted her to have something else, but it's unfortunate. Our data says otherwise. So if there's no question on pivot tables, I want us to continue. So the next thing we want to do now is we want to
Zillow.
do pivot charts.
Okay.
Pivot charts. So it's the same process. Highlight everything, go to insert. This time around, look for the icon for pivot charts and click on it. The same process, new worksheet, sales data table, blah, blah, blah. Click on OK, takes you to a new worksheet. Can someone tell me the difference? What do you see is the difference?
Chat appear. There's column for a room for chat.
Exactly. God bless you. Bless your mother and your
Amen.
para and
Amen.
your bless your bank account.
Amen.
and punish anybody that wants you to finish your money for them. The name of
Amen.
yes, so in this case, we want to create a chart, which is what. So this time around, we want to create salesperson and product. You can see our axis is totally a mess, right? So we can do some changes to that. It's still a mess. Do some changes. Still a mess. Take it here, and then we got it.
Confirm.
So what does that tell you? That you must make sure that your chart have what is called values. But again, this chart is wrong because we are not looking at count of product. We are looking at product name. So you have to take it down to salesperson and make sure that your amount is the one that you take under values.
Values.
That should solve the problem. So be very careful. You can see it has given us a pivot table. Then we have a pivot chart. Again, I don't want to be moving around teaching you guys about charts anymore because you already know that you can still come here and edit your charts, do so much more to your charts. So some people would always prefer to use pivot tables to create their charts instead of the other way I taught you. Anyhow, you want to learn, you can see we have design, layout, format, can format all of these colors, this one here, this one here. So you can do so much more, right? So, and then you can analyze, like you can see your field list. Now, talking about insert slicer, let me talk about it now. So basically, the slicer is, as the name implies, let me show you how it works. If you click on product and amount and click on OK, this is what happens. You have two things come up here. So if you click on soda, you are going to have only people that sold soda and the two amounts will appear. If you click on wine, you are going to see the two human beings that did business on wine. If you click on beer, you are going to see that only Anne did business on beer. Do you guys see how it works? How do you find the slicer option? Just click on your stuff, go to analyze, and then you will see insert slicer. That's where you see it. If you can't see analyze menu, look for this icon. You already know that this is where we got our field list. If I click on this thing will disappear. If I click on field list, it's gone. So you can come here and cancel the filter and everything would be right as it was. So that is it for pivot charts. And there is a drop down here showing you that you can also do the same thing. You can choose to see just Maria and Mark. Click on OK. And you can see how interactive this particular chart is compared to the other one I taught you guys. Can you guys see how interactive this one is?
Yes, sir.
Anyway, by interaction, I mean you can always come and change certain things without distorting the color and every other thing on the chart. All you need to do is, you know what? I want to see a particular information. Remember what pivot table is and what pivot chart is. They help you to summarize data. So you want to see a particular information about a particular thing, and you want to see it on a table. Yeah, you have a pivot table. You want to see it on the chart, then you have a pivot chart. You click on OK, right? And everything is there. What about a product? So you want to see everything about wine. I love wine. I discovered that beer makes my stomach to be big, and it kind of buries my, that thing that. So I see the wine is okay, and then I go with wine. Then I click on OK, and then you see every other thing associated with wine is right there. Okay, so I just open it there and check on that and then click on OK, and then we're good. So you can check on the amount if you want to see who made this 1,600, 1,600. Then you see it's still soda. That's because a lot of people kind of enjoy soda. You can come here, cancel the filter, and everything would be as it was. So I hope there's no question because if you understood pivot table, then you should understand pivot chart. Okay, so there's a
Yeah,
question
please.
here.
Mm-hmm.
So what if we have 1 million data sets and we are asked to show summary for 1,000 data sets? Are we to gradually go through each 1 million data sets to select the needed data set? Okay, so that's a way to go through it. And we are not going to be using pivot table and charts for all that. Come on, 1 million data sets. I will not even encourage you to use Microsoft Excel. There's something called SQL Server. And of course, that's for those who would enroll for the data analysis class. They would have access to show you content of 1 million data sets. Okay. But for Excel, you know there is nobody as interestingly drunk that is going to give you a data set containing 1 million values and ask you to use a pivot chart. You can quote me anywhere, tell them that I the son of Francis, an amazing, the most handsome trainer you've met in life, actually disapproves of that question. They should go back to the drawing board. There's no way you can visualize 1 million data sets. And you, Millicentrism Abba, is going to tell them the truth. So I hope I've been able to clarify that. So if there's no question, let's go back to class. So we are done with pivot tables. Now we are going to look at something else. We are going to be looking at joins. And to delete this, we are going to be looking at joins. Do you guys remember when we were talking about text to columns? Do you guys remember?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh, all right, thank God.
That's for
So
splitting
for
of
split,
data.
you guys remember this, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So good. Now that you've remembered, remember this one was one column divided into different columns. True or false?
True.
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 Good. Now for joints, joints is two columns, okay, taken into one column. So joints is like the reverse of text to columns. So I remember someone asking me that question the other time. Is that person here? The person was asking, what if it is scattered? I think someone asked that question. What if it's scattered? What if you want to do it the other way around? And I said, oh, calm down, trust me, trust me. I'm going to take you there. Okay. So
Okay.
assuming you have these two columns, first name and last name. David is a first name. The last name is JC. So if you come here, what are you supposed to type under normal circumstances? Last name, comma, first name. So what are we supposed to type under last name? Jesse, right? And
Yes.
then
Yeah.
comma.
Yes.
Yes.
Sir.
What's the first name?
Yes, sir.
David.
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 So some of you will be tempted to come here because I taught you guys about drop down. You want to come here and do drop down. Okay, let's do it and see if it will work. If you do drop down, what do you see?
Repeated the names.
Repeated the names. So if you do this, that this is the best way to do it, I am going to reject you. Hello?
Hi.
I'm going to reject you because I remember that I was not drunk when I told you that drop downs don't work like this. Or field drag and drop doesn't work like this. So we are not going to do this. what we are going to do is that we are going to use what is called joins, ampersand. So I need you guys to tell me what formulas I can use to make this work. What formula can I use to make this work?
Equal to join.
Equals to join. Okay, let's see. Equals to join. Oh yeah, nothing came up because I say joins now. You are saying equals to
Equals to
join.
joints.
Guy, smart, smart guy. We miswrote.
Equals to pivot.
Anybody have an idea? How can we solve that problem?
Somebody said
Ah,
concatenate.
yeah, concatenate. Yeah, good. That's one way. Another way is what? Pious. Okay, concatenate.
Two
Okay, so
persons.
let's use the concatenate. Let's use it and see. So we have equals to concatenate. So what is it saying? It says it joins several text strings into one text string. That is what concatenate does. So when you have that, it's asking you what is the first text. And what is our first text? In this
David.
case,
The
no.
last name.
Look at
David.
Jesse.
Jesse.
Jesse. That's our first. And after that, what do you see?
Comma.
B6.
Comma.
You see comma,
Square
and then
brackets.
you square brackets. No, they are telling you text two,
Okay, text two. That's
and our text two in this case is what?
David.
Is
A6.
David.
David. Thank
A6.
you. And after you do what? You close your bracket. Watch and see what's going to happen. You click on enter. You
Enter.
see it says Jesse David. But is this what we want?
No, there's no
No.
comma.
No.
What do you think is missing?
There's a comma.
Two things are missing.
I think we should have given a space
There's
after
no,
the
Exactly.
first text.
Oh my God. I knew that this girl, she should get sense. The vision I saw. So
Mr. David.
please remember, remember, guys, every single thing, every single instruction you see is
yeah,
very important. You see that comma? It is very important. But if you look at our formula, did we put comma or not?
we did.
We did put
We did. So
But there was no
we
space.
put we put we put comma, but how come the comma did not appear on on the column? How come it didn't appear? So remember when I say that in English language, when we are speaking, we don't say, you know what, I would love to get entangled with the most
comma.
beautiful woman, comma, who has amazing character, comma, and a good sense of judgment, comma. However, I don't trust women these days. Full stop.
Full stop.
You know, nobody speaks like that except they are from somebody's village. That boy that said they speak like
That
that in
said
their
it that
village.
day.
All right. Nobody speaks like that. But if you write that thing I just said on paper, what are you going to see? You are going to see a comma. You are going to see a full stop, a semicolon. You are going to see all of that. So it's the same thing in Microsoft Excel. Excel, if you want Excel to obey your comma, your full stop, your everything you want it to appear, right? You need to insert it into the formula. So in this case, I'm going to delete this. Let's start it all over again. This time around, we are going to insert a comma and a space. A space and a comma. These are two characters that we're missing in our formula. I'm pretty sure some of you think that a space is not a character. No, in Excel, a space is a character and must be treated as such. A comma, if you want it to appear in any single variable, you must adopt that into
Argument.
your formula. So we have bracket open, our last name, which is our first thing. You put your comma,
Yeah.
and then
Comma.
you now put your comma
The
in double
space.
quotes.
Oh.
All right?
Double quotes.
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
now.
when you open your quotes, put your comma. What is the second character that we need to put?
A6.
No,
A space.
a space.
A space.
Immediately after you put comma, look at this thing now. It says last name, comma. There is a space before first name. True or false?
True.
True, but sir, why did
So,
you add the double
Why do you add
quotes?
the
okay,
colon?
you add a double quote because look
Mm,
at this concatenation. Did you see any comma in that formula?
yes.
Yes.
No, no. There is no comma as a character. The only comma you see there is dividing one variable with another
With
variable.
another variable.
Mm-hmm.
There is no text one comma, then you see comma, then you see comma again. I don't know if you, now let me show you what I mean. Let me show you what I mean. The formula for concatenation is equals to concatenate, bracket open, text, text number one, text one, there's comma, right?
Yes.
And then text two, bracket close. This is a formula. Are we together?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is not the formula. Equals to concatenate, bracket open, text, text one, comma. Then we put comma, and then we put text two, comma, and then text three. This is not the formula. True or false?
True.
True.
But we want that comma, we want that comma there to show. For that comma to show, we are actually telling Excel, I have shown you people that the formula for concatenate is text one, comma, text two, bracket close. Where did you put comma? Who told you that you are wiser than me? Let's do it so that you see why this is important. Equals to concatenate. This is our text one, right? Then we put
B6.
comma. So let's say we want to put another comma. Okay, we put comma. What is the second character that we want to put?
A6.
No,
The
after
second
comma,
character.
is
Okay.
there is another character.
Inverted
Yes,
commas.
sir.
No,
That's quotation mark.
space. Come on, guys,
Space,
Okay,
space,
space.
space.
Whoa.
space. So we put space. Just hit your space button, and then the last thing here is we want to put is what? The last
David.
A6. So normally this is what we want, Abby.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
This is
normally.
what we want now, Abby.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good. So now let's hit enter and see. Can you see?
Now,
Did it obey that thing?
no.
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 It's telling you, guy, my name is Microsoft Excel. No be your papa run me. Now I sabi pass your papa. I tell you formula will work. Use them. You go put comma, you go put space. I go fuck you up. Wait and see. Just hit that enter. Just hit that. And when we hit enter, what happen? Let's say just haba now. Where is the comma and the space I just put? But how do we how do we how do we how do we mess up this idiot? and tell you, you know what, I am smarter than you. I want to
Double
tell you that
quotation.
even if there is no comma and space here, I can trick you to put comma and space and you will obey me. And that trick, that simple trick, is to make sure that anything that is not inside a formula, you hide it inside what is called double quotes. So when we put equals to concatenate, watch and see what will happen. We put our last name, we put our comma, then we open our double quote. So we hide the comma we want to put. Then we put space. Then we close it. And then we say, oh, yeah, I don't finish with you. Nonsense. Then we put our last name. Sorry, I need to go back. When we are done, we now come here, put our comma. We need to put that comma, oh, and then put this one and hit enter. Can you see that?
Viola.
Yes, sir.
Viola.
So who is the father now? Who being papa now?
Now
Are
you be
you?
Baba.
Na me runner. So somebody who just come from nowhere and say, okay, yeah, use the concatenation, and then you just feel, oh, concatenation is a formula. You just bing, 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 bing. Yet you forget the formula. You forget what they ask you to do. You forget that they say last name, comma, there's a space and first name. So in this case, because this particular cell have already been worked on, okay, you don't need to worry about dragging and dropping. When once you drag, it's going to obey your law. So watch and see. I'm going to drag all the way down. Do you see that? Every
Yes.
other thing is as it is. You see the special juju that is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So now, when we go to under full name, can someone tell me how do we do this under full name? How
Sir,
do we
please,
run this?
before you continue, observation, sir. Sir, please, that person talking at the background, we never can tell who can lay their hands on this recording. That person should just mute or you remove the person from the live chat. It's disturbing.
Okay, let's find out who the person is. Faith, are you here?
I'm here, sir.
Are you the person?
No, I'm not the one.
Lawal, Miriam,
I'm here, sir.
is your background noisy?
No, sir.
Senator,
Sir, I'm here. I'm here.
is your background noisy?
No, the person has a child. The person causing this noise has a child in the room.
Are you sure it's not you with your baby mama? Favor,
Huh?
Sir, no,
Yeah,
Honestly,
I'm
the way he
here.
shouted, I didn't even understand that was what he was trying to say.
Favor, is that you?
no, I don't have any child. I beg. I'm not.
All right. Senator, don't mind me. PUN, I hope that's not you.
It can't be me,
Yo,
please.
So I don't know who is making the noise then. Okay, you know what? All of you should mute. Let me see. Okay, so it's from one of you. So either way, look, and if you have a radio set or a television, you can just either switch it off or put down the volume. Now, when I call your name, you can unmute. I go catch that person, Nana. Senator, unmute.
sir, I've done that.
PUN, unmute. Favor, unmute. Lawal, unmute. Lawal, are you?
Me, then, oh,
Lawal,
let
are
me
Yeah,
turn
you?
off the
a
fan.
little, a little background noise. Yes.
Yes. Lawal, are you? I catch you. I catch you well.
How about now, sir?
Okay.
It did better.
It's the fan, sir.
You see him. You
Sorry.
see him.
I'm sorry.
Na industrial fan.
Beg.
Yeah. As a
Senator.
as a data analyst, this is how we catch them. All right. So let's continue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So let's go back there. So can someone tell me how can we work on the full name this time around? And when we say full name, what is the order of arrangement of the names?
It's
First name and then the last
Son.
name.
What?
First name before
it's
the last name.
no last name
First
first
name
No,
and the
before the
first
last.
the last
last name
name first.
last name before the first name.
It's
Surname
already
before
No,
clear now.
first name.
It's already
no,
last name
no.
before
In this case, we
first
have
name
first name and then last
before the
name.
last
That is going to be the person's full name.
Full name.
Remember, we
Okay.
already did last name before first name. Last name is assumed to be the person's forename. All right. So we have David Jesse, Manuel Sad, Peter Chick, James Jones, Mary Chuku, Michael Otapia Pia, Uju Kane, and Musa Clinton. Okay, these are going to be their full names. So we're going to use the concatenation formula again. So what we're going to do is we say equals to. Can someone take me through the process?
First to
concat.
concatenate
Equals to
Uh-huh.
concatenate.
Okay. What else?
brackets
On
brackets
Uh-huh.
then
Bracket is
select
here.
A6. Yeah, A6.
Okay. Uh-huh.
comma
Comma.
Comma
Uh-huh.
space
Space.
space then invited
quote
comma.
No.
No,
A6,
quotation mark,
comma,
Okay. Quotation. Uh-huh.
quotation,
quotation,
then
comma
comma,
space,
space,
space
Comma. Space. Uh-huh.
yes, another quotation mark,
Uh-huh.
quotation,
comma,
B6,
Uh-huh.
close
then
the quote and then
B6,
another
then close the
comma.
bracket.
Then close the bracket. All right.
Yes, sir.
Um, so this is wrong.
Vowel.
Yeah, that
It's okay.
vowel gets come out that O, it could be vowel because it's not complete, it's wrong.
Okay, because of the comma.
Yeah. Full name
Okay, sir.
without comma.
Full name with that comma. Okay, sir.
So in this
full
case,
name without comma.
we are going to go back to the formula and remove that comma.
And remove that comma. Okay.
Exactly. And then hit enter. And then you are good to go. Do you see how this works now? Then you
Mm-hmm.
drag down.
Yes, sir.
That is it.
Hmm, this is brilliant.
Vowel.
So this is the first formula. The second one, I'm going to show you guys the second formula for joins. I use the second one often because it kind of looks sexy for me.
Wow,
So I'm
wow.
going to delete this and I'm going to use that second formula. The second formula is called the ampersand formula. I'm going to type this here.
Yes, I was going to
Ampersand.
say that.
And ampersand, this is it. This thing you people call and in Excel is called ampersand. That is the symbol for ampersand. So I'm going to come right
Ampersand.
here and I'm going to say equals to. In this case, I am not going to click on, I'm not going to call it any, who be that person where they shift chair. You get visitor.
Sir, I mean,
That's the
Mm.
striker.
Thank you for taking ownership.
Okay. Can we continue?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
So we have equals to, remember our last name first this time around. So we click on last name, which is B6. Okay. Then you insert your ampersand function. Okay. You put your comma, all right? Put your space, put it this way, right? Then put your ampersand function again and put this one. Let's see if this will work. All right, it worked. Hit enter.
Wow.
If I want to confuse people that think they know Excel, I use this one.
Wow.
So let's do the full name. Full name is equal to first name, your ampersand, okay, your double quotes,
Yes.
your space,
Okay.
your double quotes
So,
again, your ampersand,
and
and then your last name, and then enter.
wow, 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 wow,
Viola.
wow, wow.
So let's go down. This is going to be your assignment. But before I take you guys on the assignment, let me quickly teach you guys something. So I have my time up in my laptop to be West African time because I have a lot of meeting West African time using this particular laptop. If I use another laptop, I have it in another time. So right now it's 3:30 p.m. in is it 3:30 or 3:31 p.m. So that's what I have
3:30
on my
p.m.
laptop. So after this class,
Yeah.
I change my time zone and things work that way. So if I want to know today's dates, there's a formula for that. It is, and you must make sure that your laptop is up to date. So I'm going to have equals to today. What does it say? It says it returns the current date formatted as a date.
A
So we
bit.
have today, bracket open and close, and then you hit enter. Can you see that as today's date?
Yes.
3rd, 4th, 2023,
Okay, so it uses
which is like,
the format. It uses the format of the time that that you're using at the point.
on your
Sometimes people
laptop,
can
yes.
use yeah. Okay.
Mhm. And if you want to look at the time and the date right now, you can say equals to now, bracket open and
Bracket
close,
open,
and then you hit
bracket close.
enter. So you can see my time is right there, 3/4/2023. 15 is to 15:32. Can you guys see that?
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
we
Yes, sir.
can.
Is there
But how
anyone
do
that is
you check
confused?
check it
What?
on the date?
How do I what?
How do you check the time separately from the date? Because I think when you use the formula and you check now, I think I saw that both the date and the time came out together. So how can you check
Yes,
the
they did.
time separately?
Did yours not come out that way?
Yes, it did, sir.
So if you want, I can come here. This is the formula. Go to your formula bar. You see equals to now. You can see is under custom. I can come here and then I click on long dates. I can change it to short dates. I can click on long dates. And then it's I have to expand this. So you are going to see Saturday, 4th of March 2023. Then when I come back here and then click on text, you are going to see text, which totally makes no sense. You click on this one, it makes no sense. You click on short dates, there you go. You click on time, and you see your time is right there. You click on long dates, and you can see the long dates. So when once you go equals to now, bracket open and close and enter, you would see your date and time. Now, why I'm saying this is if I didn't teach you the formula for the time, why I said that was because now look at today's date. Today's date, right? This is today's date.
Sir.
current time is 3:34. It is automatically uploaded. If I close this laptop and open this particular laptop tomorrow, I don't need to come here and change the time. I am definitely going to see the exact time here on the screen as it is in my laptop. So for those of you that want to always time yourselves when working, please you can open a big space in your laptop and then use this formula, put the dates, put them all. Um, I do that a lot. All right. So let me scroll down. I can come here and say equals to today, bracket open and close, enter, and then come here and say equals to now. I can use any of them, bracket open and close, enter. And then I can, put this, make the font to be big, me bold, make the font to be big. All right. And then I can copy this, cut this, come here and paste it. So that no matter how I'm working on my Excel, no matter how I'm working on my Excel, I can always check my time if I want it to appear on my screen. Do you guys follow what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So that is how you can take your time instead of always coming to your calendar where you see my cursor to be, you can be working and checking your time and so on. There's a particular formula I forgot to update my knowledge on it, but I saw it somewhere that the seconds, seconds like tick tock tick 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 tick. You can
Yeah.
actually import.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I remember it's on Google Sheets, not like here, because that one is like connected to the internet. So seconds would be showing so that assuming maybe you are giving your students a test, if I want to time you guys and I say, okay, in 30 seconds, I need you guys to work on something and submit. So the Excel sheet I send you guys will have that formula and will have the second it's moving, tuck, 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 tuck. So you can count yourself and I can also do the counting. So yeah, that works as well. So now the question is, what if I want you guys to manually combine the date and the time together? For instance, look at this. I want you guys to do it this way. Today's date. Put it using a formula on the same column. And then current time, take this column, this column called current time, and this
Mm.
one, add it together on the same column using a formula. So there's a tip that I dropped here for you guys. I need you guys to think. I'm not going to feed and breastfeed you, even if I don't have milk. But I don't want to this is a tip I need you guys to use. If you use this tip, MM means month, DD means day, and
Okay.
YYY means year.
Yeah.
That is the tip. If you use that tip, then you are going to get all of this. Now you can see we have 23 here, and this one we have 2023. That is because this formula followed only YY, meaning two times. But this one followed
Why, why,
YYY.
why?
Exactly. So we have MM. That's why you see 03. If you put just one M, you are going to see only three. If you put D instead of DD, you are going to see 04. Okay. Sorry, you are going to see 4 if you put just D. And then if you put DD, you are going to see 04.
04.
So use this tip and solve for this particular one. With that, we move to the next one. We're moving
Sir,
today, which is if statements. Yes, question.
someone said, could you please write the ampersand formula on the sheet?
The ampersand. Okay, I'm just gonna write it here so you just copy. So it's equals to um the first thing here, right? Ampersand. Sorry, let me do this. Equals to is equals to, let's say, a6 ampersand double quote space is ampersand and no. Uh, Actually, it's supposed to be B6, not A6. So we have B6, and then the other one is A6. So that's the formula. The first square is just because I want you to see the formula, okay? It's totally not there. If I remove it, I'm going to have my answer. There's no question. Let's move to the next thing, which is if statements. If statements. All right. To understand if statements, um, let me let me do something. Let's say um, items. I want to explain if statements. Are we still together in class?
Yes,
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 yeah.
sir.
sir.
Okay. Uh, items, description, um, statements. So I bet some of you have seen something like this, but I'm going to explain what I mean. So we have items, we have a car, we have is Zainab in this
Computer.
class?
No, sir.
Okay, let me check the comment section. Zainab didn't join my class today.
She did. I guess she had a bad network.
Yeah, she was in the class today.
Network is very bad.
Okay. You use the tip. Wilson, do you have your laptop? If you use the tip and yours is not okay, anyway, it's an assignment, so I don't want to explain an assignment. Go and make your research. Listen to the recording again. Follow the tip, and it will definitely work. If you
Paula.
have the problem, if you have a problem again, let me know tomorrow. Okay? Adebowale, what do you mean by make it bold? Okay, let me use Fatima. Fatima have been really active in the comment section. So let me use Fatima. So we have car, we have we have Fatima, then we have a house. Then let's say we have cat. No, I don't like cats. Sorry to those who love cats. That's one thing that scares the hell out of me. Cats and women.
Okay.
Women we wow, no be pun. Then we have okay. So we have these items: car, Fatima, house, and dogs. So description of a car. I'm not going to put the entire description, but I'm going to just put something like tires. Fatima, I'm going to put something like mouth. House, I'm going to put something like um
Does.
No, I need something that it's not the description, something that doesn't represent a house. Because I need to explain this if statement. Let's say nose.
Wood. To tie. Nose.
Then for dogs, let's say whiskers. So for this statement, I want you guys to divide this statement into true or false. So look at the description. Cars and tires. Does it
True.
match? True or
True.
false?
No.
True. Good.
True.
True.
Fatima and
True.
Mouth. Does it match?
True.
True.
True. Uh, House and nose. Does it match?
False. False.
False.
False.
Good.
False.
Dogs and whiskers. Do they match?
Which one is whiskers, sir?
True. It's a type of
True.
dog.
Dogs and whiskers. Okay,
True.
that will be confusing. Let me say dogs
And chair.
and chair. Okay. Yeah. Dog and chair. So does this match?
False.
True.
False.
Jesus. Who said true?
How is it? Her defense will be dogs like climbing on the chair.
Yes, now that's what I said it does.
She will tell you now that dogs like climbing the chair.
The dog is always on the key.
I forgive her. Jesus was denied. Jesus was denied by Judas,
Okay.
not by a stranger. So let's say this is what we want, right? This is how interesting if statements can be. So we want to now say that in this case, everything that is a car, okay, everything that is a car. Let me remove this. So let's say car, Fatima, right? House, dogs. Then we keep going. We can even change it this time around to house. We can disorganize it the way we want. House, dogs, car, Fatima. Okay. And then for the description, don't worry about it.
Fatima is
I want
passed
to
times.
pay, yeah, I want to pay attention to items and statements. Okay. So what do we say now? Anywhere you see car, okay, anywhere you see car, what is the statement you are going to give to car?
True.
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 Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Anywhere you see Fatima, what is the statement?
True.
True.
True. Anywhere you see house, what is the statement?
False.
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 And anywhere you see dogs, what is the statement?
False.
False.
False. And some of you will be asking, what this thing that you are doing, how important is it? Do you guys remember when you are applying for a job? There's this thing called applicant tracking system. The applicant tracking system, ATS, looks for particular keywords. If a company wants to know that, for instance, a company wants people with 7 years of experience. 7 years of experience. And they also want you to know something about SQL. When you are writing your CV, you go and write 3 years of experience. And then SQL Server, you go and write Excel. Then another person will come and write 7 years, and then the person will write not just Excel, but the person will write SQL Server. Now, the ATS works in such a way that if you have 1,000 people, it doesn't matter whether the person who has 3 years experience is better than the person with 7 years experience. But the ATS works in such a way that the machine can say, you know what, we want to sieve out the people that have met the criteria of this job first. So if you look at these two group of persons, how many of them, if you want to say between 3 years and 7 years, which of them met the criteria of the job description?
7 years.
7 years.
The one
7
with
years.
7 years. And which of them
Yes.
met the job description for SQL Server? The one with 7
7 years.
years, right?
7 years.
So the
Yes.
Yes.
ATS will not look at the content. Every of those grammar, some of you right, will not look at it. Will rather look at the keyword and what it is going to turn back to the employer is that he's going to put for this one, the ATS is going to return the statement to be what? False. And then the
False.
statement for this one will be what? True.
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 If you doubt me, is there any of you that have opened a job application on LinkedIn before? Any of you have that experience?
Yes.
Any of you have the experience? You want to get people to apply for a job and then you put it on LinkedIn? Any of you?
No, I don't.
No, sir.
Uh, Pauline, you say a cat is nice. Okay, that's good. That's why me and you are not together. God works in
God.
God
Yay.
works in God works in mysterious ways. First to say I no fear INEC. My brother, where are they now? INEC no fear run my life. I'm just worried about my parents. That's all. Um okay, nobody. Anyway, I have done a lot of job stuff in terms of using LinkedIn, and I can tell you that if you apply for a job in LinkedIn, I would tell LinkedIn would say would give me certain recommendations. I don't have time to go to my LinkedIn page to show you some of those things. LinkedIn would ask me, do I want them to send automatic rejection to those that did not meet the criteria for the job? I will say yes, because assuming 700 people applied for the job, I cannot be sending rejection emails to maybe I need just one person. I can't be sending rejection emails to 700 people because that work now me give myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set out certain criteria. I'm going to say, you know what, anyone that doesn't meet the minimum qualification, please send the person an automatic rejection email. So for those of you that think that those people that send you rejection emails, they are after your life, they are your village people, they are doing this, they are doing that. They are all human beings using systems to work with them. I've received many rejection emails myself. It could be hard, it could be difficult, but when I look at the fact that it doesn't mean I'm not best at what I do, it only means that I didn't meet certain criteria, and
The
that's fine. I just
criteria.
move on.
Of course.
If you're a young man, yeah, handsome, doing interesting things with your life, you want a relationship with an amazing woman, then you go and talk to them. You polish your English, brush your teeth, apply the this Aboki perfume that can last for 48 hours, and you move, polish your shoe, go out there and start an amazing conversation with the lady. And all of a sudden she'll be like, you know what, I'm not interested in you. I It doesn't mean that you are the worst kind of human being, okay? It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean you are worthless. If you have an interesting self-esteem, it actually means that this person wasn't just meant for you. Those days when I was growing up, I used to tell myself, any woman that says no to me, now she lose. That was my consolation. Even if I was broke as fuck. But my consolation was my consolation was that I have to tell myself that I was worth something. I had to continuously tell myself that. And even up to now, if I approach someone and the person says, "Oh man, you're not my type," and I say, "Who is your type?" I still continue the conversation because I believe that you are just being incredibly stupid by telling me you are not my type.
Oh my God. That's not being incredibly
Who's
stupid.
your type?
Yeah, yeah, man.
I
I,
The
only
I,
person was
see
just trying to make their choice.
yeah, yeah. They can make their point, but then you need to look at me first before you make your point. Yeah,
You're
even
not
if
their
I'm not your
spec.
type, me that have eyes and I saw you and I approached you, I knew that you were somebody I could talk to. There are a lot of people I can approach because they, honestly speaking, are not also my type. The fact that I approached you means that there is there is something I see that
make
aligns with there's something I
make you
see.
be my type.
Most women that say they are not my type will, in fact, can never in their life walk up to their type to talk to their type
Oh my
because,
God.
Bam.
yeah,
You know
because
what?
basically speaking, they are waiting for their type to actually come talk to them. Meanwhile, their type is
He's
actually
looking for
not
another
their
type.
type.
He's
All
looking
right,
for another
so
type.
it's it's a
When your
social
spec get a
it's a
spec.
social ladder. So if I can command the powers of courage from left, right, and center, dust myself, move over to you with confidence and poise, and make sure that I am looking so pem and posh. I come and approach you, and you're saying you are not my type. You must be beautiful, but very incredibly stupid. Because I'm like, what do you mean?
Say you don't want
But
me.
But then I will understand. I mean, I'm saying this because as a man, and if you're a woman too, and you see someone you appreciate, you want to approach them, you can do that. But if the person says no, I've had 3 people approach me in the past. One proposed to marry me. This was a couple of years ago. I mean, I accepted all of them because I was still young and fresh those days.
Would
I'm still I,
you?
I, I still am. I'm not old anyway. But assuming I said no to any of them, I mean, they were so courageous enough to even come to talk to me. I needed to appreciate that courage. I needed to appreciate that courage. I needed to tell
Okay,
them,
so that
look,
was your only reason for saying yes.
no, 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 no. You PU and I talking. Has that been your only reason for saying yes all this while?
Jesus, Jesus, Jesus.
You know that you have been serving a lot of people breakfast. You say no to them even when they have the courage. True or
So please,
false?
can we go back to Excel?
I'm saying this. I have to say this because sometimes when people get rejected, they feel it's their fault. Right? When people
Yeah, you are right,
get
man.
rejected, they feel it's their fault. I am trying to tell you that sometimes give yourself reasons that it's not your fault. And one of the reasons you can give yourself is that these people are human beings. That's number one. Number two, these people use machines to assist them. Some of the rejection emails you get are not even from proper emails, like maybe David Francis at gmail.com or things like that. You are going to see no reply at the company's name.com. That means it's automatically generated. So you shouldn't be angry at a rejection email that is not coming from a human being. So I
Sir, but what if sir, so in this thing you just said now, like there's a rejection like this that is still pending me till today. I
Wahala.
it's I
Hey.
won't lie, like, it been paying me because I sacrificed a lot for that thing. And I went through
Oh,
all like six of the no, it's interview, it's job, I beg, it's no woman.
Ah.
So I went through five, six, I be seven of their interview, and I was given like I was sent a congratulation mail. So they were like, okay, join in for a Microsoft Teams live was that an assessment or interview? I don't know, just like a speech or something. I joined by 5 p.m. till 3 a.m. the next day. Nobody attended to me. I sent
No
countless
be the
number of
good
mails. It's Access Bank, oh, last year. I sent countless number of mails. Until today, nobody attended to me. So all of a sudden now, this time around, they sent me another mail that I should now start that interview process from the beginning. I was traveling from Akwa Ibom to from Uyo to Port Harcourt. I went to Port Harcourt 6 times to write interview exams. And after everything, I just did the thing. So that was it, they pay me. I sent even, and it was a personal mail. It was one Ayo Johnson or something. I don't even know if I see him. I've messaged him. I've dropped message to him. Nothing, no reply to date. So, but that one, I don't know. That was they pay me. So for that type of rejection bills, and that one is painful. Where is that?
he's not
we
here.
have
I think it's the
Okay,
network.
network. Yeah.
That was really
PN,
we,
this is
sweet.
a
enjoyed
woman.
we
No, that
enjoyed
one
your
is
story.
PN. That one really pain me. I'll tell you, that one is very, very painful.
Very
Yeah.
painful.
Don't cry, my brother.
And it was not even online. You were going to their
Like
office
the
and from another location.
yes, I was going from Uyo to Port Harcourt. I went here six
You just stress
times. I mean,
Well, if you still want to work with the bank, I guess
now I'm not
if
working.
you are
Which
very
work?
young, I would advise
But
you
I'm there
go
that day.
ahead
Oh.
with Zenith Bank.
I'm not working with any bank again. I beg. That thing is stressful.
That breakfast was hard.
I the one I'm doing the work I'm doing is better. I beg.
Resign
No,
totally.
no, this thing.
hold
No,
on.
that one was very
Currently,
painful. The Stanbic BTC Bank. I worked with them. I just worked with them one day. I resigned.
Stanbic. Stanbic is not a bank, oh, though they are
No,
reliable,
still.
but
I went. I went to the bank. The manager was like, okay, yeah, come in everything after the normal introductions and all that. Then I gave me big file. Oh. I open file. See names of customers that I'm going to do. I forgot what they said. See, that is like roll of market or something. I told the man, say, you know what, no problem. I'll keep the fire. Tomorrow I will start. And when I say I reach house, come on my clothes, I don't come back again. The masters they call me. Yes, I've resigned though. I don't do it again. Man say, on serious people, this one, you got a job. I told you, sir, I beg. The stress of the job and the job are different. It's too much. Rejection, work rejection is crazy. It's,
good to
okay,
have you
he's back
back.
home.
We lost
All
you.
Welcome
right.
back, sir.
People when no like relationship matter, they connected to my village people and kicked me out. It's okay. I have heard all of you, and let's continue the class. I just want to I love it when many of the things I know now I knew them from encounter with different people and encounter with mentors and people who've really assisted me. It wasn't a joke for the U.S. Department of State to actually award me you know it was a big honor, and I'm always really grateful for it. The states I've visited, places I've gone to, people I've met, top government officials I never dreamt of meeting in my life. And even till now I'm still kind of praying to God that anyone who gets connected with me one way or the other should have a sense of purpose, a sense of I can do it, a sense of just put in a little bit of effort, and then you are good to go. Just avoid the distractions of the world and people who think that you are not good enough. If you get rejected, that's fine, but it doesn't mean that you are not worth anything. So I think that's what I was trying to say when I tried to explain the if statement to us. Because if you understand the if statement in this sense, then you shouldn't have a problem henceforth understanding, okay, everything that is a car is true, every other thing is false. For instance, this person just shot himself at the leg. It's not your fault. You have 3 years of quality work experience. The thing is that there is an amount of money this company pays people with 7 years of experience, and the type of job and experience someone that has 7 years is going to have access to, you don't have it. It doesn't mean you are not good. So the thing is, the ATS would be like, okay, everything here is false because that is not what they want to see. That's not what they want. But everything here is true. It doesn't mean this person will get the job. It only means that this person has gotten to the door, right? And then during the interview, the door is going to be open. Only the best person will come in. I have seen a situation where companies have, two companies I know, um, came up with job descriptions like this, and then after a period of interview, I've also actually been in an interview like that as well. I organized it for my former organization. After the interview, I saw PhD holders, and it was a consultancy position, and some guys with master's degree. They just didn't have the real-time type of experience we wanted. We got a funding from the Danish embassy, and it was into like millions of naira. This was a couple of years back. And the people we wanted to be consultants for that job, man, some of them really mess up. They got themselves to the door, but during the interview, can you imagine? During the interview, some of them were even asking us what the job was all about. Are we together?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, we
You're
can hear
right.
you.
Yes,
We
sir,
can hear
my
you.
lord.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we can
Please, you
hear
guys
you.
type in the comment section so
Yes,
we
sir.
can see.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I was saying. I was so surprised that someone was asking. The guy was asking, what is the job about? In an interview section. Now you are supposed to come and defend what you wrote in your CV. We're really, really, really disappointed. So it doesn't, and then because of that, we had to rewrite our job description and then push out the second advert. This time around, we didn't put years of experience. Okay, we just wanted someone that understands what we were looking for, and it was interesting money. Like I think 200 or 200K or 250K for a 1 month, once in a week kind of project. All right, so don't feel bad. I think that's the summary of this. So let's go back to if statements. Now we understand how these things work, and we understand that using technological knowledge is not all the time that we get things to be our way. We know dogs first, given everything that we understood from here. Car is true, Fatima is true, and house is true. So for our if statements, we are going to now have our if statements. We say equals to if. So if you look at the if statement, it says it checks whether a condition is met and returns one if the value is true and another if the value is false.
It's false.
Okay? But the thing is, I am not, let me say, I'm going to use a car in this regard. a car. Let me say, if this is going to be very complicated for some of you, but let me use this. So the logical test here is car. So you click on car, H3 equals to car, then true. The value if true, you put it to be true, then you put comma, comma, logic is false, you put your false, then enter. So if I drag down, you are going to see that everything is going to be, let me drag down. Every car you see here would give me the logical sentence to be true. No, that didn't work. Let me try this again. If
H8, F8, car, true, comma, false.
all right, I hope it works now. All right, perfect. So can you see we have true for car,
Yes.
we have true for car, and we have true for car. Every other thing that is not a car is false. Now, this is a simple way. The other complicated way, which I'm going to be talking about in our advanced Excel class, is how to combine formulas in such a way that instead of coming here, you can now come and say use two. How many formulas do you have here? We have dogs and house. Two of them are
House,
false. And then you have car and Fatima. Two of them are
Fatima,
true.
true.
So we are going to be using four if statements. We are going to be using what? Four if
Four
For
statements.
if
if
statements.
statements.
In this case, we have items and then we have statements. So for the items, we have car, let's say kitchen, we have car again, we have dogs, we have goats, we have UN. For the for the statements, we are going to say everything car must be equals to what? True, else false. Meaning everything that is a car, we want you to return the logical statement to be true, and everything that is not a car, you want you to return the logical statement to be what? False.
False.
Everything that has, that is to say, everything that has 3 years, we want instead of 7 that we want you to return the logical error to be what? False.
False.
And everything that is
False.
7 years, you want it to return a logical error to be true.
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 Everything that is 7 years and above, we want you to return a logical error to be
True.
true. Everything that is below 7 years, we want you to return the logical error to be false.
False.
Everything that is my husband, I want you to return the logical error to be true. And
True.
everything that is not my husband, I want you to return the logical error to be false.
False.
I am
False.
Nigerian. And then I go online and I search, are you a Nigerian? True or false? What are you going to click? True.
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 And if the job wants to hire Nigerians, it is definitely going to see only Nigerian factors or variables return to it as true.
True.
Every other person that is not a Nigerian, they are not going to judge you, because when once you say false, you have automatically kicked yourself out of the contesting pool. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
in the US, there are some jobs that are meant only for those with green card holders. You have to be a permanent resident. You have to have your social security number. You have to have a certain credit card or something like that, or a bank account or whatever. So, um, there was a time I even wanted to open. First time I went to the US, I wanted to open a bank account. They were asking for my social security. At the time, I was using my school's credit card or something like that. So I told them, "What the heck is social security? Give me money." That's what I, say. Yo, you gotta go get your social security number. Without that, we cannot open an account for you. We are so sorry. So it's just like NIN. Without that, you can't open a bank account or something. Or yeah, or BVN. You can't really like operate in that case. So the same way you have um, certain jobs, some of you are students, there are certain courses you cannot enroll because you are not a permanent resident. There are certain jobs you can't get because you don't have a green card, you're not a permanent resident, or you're not a citizen. So you may call it disempowerment or disenfranchisement or whatever language people call these days. But the thing is this: there are some jobs that nobody who is not a citizen can be a president. True or false? You can't go, you can't
True.
contest, you can't say you're contesting for an election. You need to have a citizenship status. So that is what if statement means. I'm taking my time to explain this because there's a project on if statements you guys are going to be working on. So if you don't understand if statement now, I'm not going to have the time to discuss it later on. So for now, we say anything that is this, let it be true. If it is not this, let it be false. So let me solve that one last time so that you guys can solve what I have written there. So I have equals to if it checks whether a condition is met and returns one value is true and another is false. So bracket open. What is our logical test? Our logical test in this case is what? The car. So you click on the car. If the car was right here, anywhere you see it, click on it. Then the next thing, look at it, it says you have to put your comma. And it's asking, what is the value if it is true? But before that comma, we need to tell it what? That mi equals to, let it be car. Put it in. What did I say about double quotes? Who remembers what I said about double quotes?
That is, you are telling Excel to come to accept this as a command.
Exactly. You are a wise man. You are a wise man. That is what it means. Do you see anything like car in the formula they gave to us? They have logical
Mm.
test, comma, value if true, comma, value if false, bracket close. Do you see anything like car there?
No.
No.
No. So what we are telling Excel is, you know what? We want you to understand that our logical test in this case is what? Is a car.
It's a
And
car.
everything that is a car, the value if true, you want it to call it true.
True.
And then you put comma. What is our value if false? You want it to put false.
False.
And then you do what? Close your bracket
Bracket
and hit
close.
enter. So
Enter.
when you drag down, how many times do you see car here?
Two
Two
times.
times.
Huh?
Two
Two
times.
times.
Twice. Twice.
Two times. So when we drag down, how many times do you see true and false? How many times do you
Two.
see
Two
true?
times true. Then
Two
four
times.
times
True
four
twice.
Every other thing is false. So if I
is
come here and I
false.
put car, I come here and I put idiot. I come here and I put car. So the more you can see, the more I insert, I don't need to come back here and use my logical test. The more I insert car and go down, the more it updates itself. House, can you see that?
False.
Car,
Yes.
goods, professor,
So what if that's okay?
car, and so on and so forth.
So what if
Yeah.
that? What if the sentence has? What if the sentence now has car? Let's say you just do kitchen car. Hmm? Like just write kitchen car, and as long as there's a car there, will it appear as true or false? Let's just say I don't know. I'm not saying.
Let's do it now. Kitchen,
Okay,
car.
car. Then same way, yeah.
It's false.
False.
My
Okay.
brother, your girlfriend is your girlfriend. Even if she has a twin sister, you cannot marry two of them. One of them is your girlfriend. Now, one you toast. You understand? Even if you bring two of
Yes.
them together, it no go work. Your wife is your wife. Your child is your child. I am who I am. Me like this. Three names. There is nobody that is going to be as handsome as me. You can never see that person using my same nose, my same tongue, everything. So it's not about keywords here. It's about validity.
Okay.
It's not
Okay.
about
Okay. Okay.
keywords. It's about
Okay. So
validity. The ATS actually looks at keywords. It doesn't look at
yes.
validity in a case, but it is you that will do the validity during your interview. Here, I don't need any interview. It's either true or false. You are out. You are in. You are out. You are either a citizen or you are not a citizen. You can't say I'll be a citizen tomorrow. Oh yeah, you people should vote for me. No. Okay. Now, having said that, I want you guys to solve for the following statements. Okay. Now, let's look at this one. Please study this formula. If statements for 500. Okay. Assuming we have something like 100 here. This is another method of if statement. I'll be ending the class in a few minutes now. So we assuming we have 100, and then we come here. We want to say, look at this formula, please. Now the formula right there says if A8, this is our A8, which is 100. If it is less than, if it is greater than 100, is that sign greater than or less than? Look at
It's
this.
less
Is
than.
This is,
Less
less
than.
than. Is less than. Less than.
I always,
Greater than. Less than. You're right. Is greater than.
That's less than. Less than with the left, greater than with the right.
Nigerian students.
Now, wetin they will tell you for school now?
Like Mr. David's network is bad.
My own network too. I'm having issues with my network. My network is very bad. Like I'm using two devices. I'm using one to hear and I'm using the other one to see. So it's not even funny
So
from my
so
end.
indoor chat too which are bad network.
You said what?
So indoor chat too which are bad network.
Why do you
Nema,
have to say in Dutcher to Nenwa bad network? His
bad
network, not
network
network. Moreover,
everywhere is
he's
network is network
connecting
now.
worldwide, not like he's within.
They made
Network
us believe they
glitch is
No,
it?
don't
but there's
they
an
made us
excuse for
believe they
that thing
don't.
though. Yeah, there's an excuse for that thing. See, if
Mm-hmm.
you are it's not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't determine the number of people that you has, that are on a particular live stream. You understand? Your network does not is not based on it. Your network is based on your ISP, your internet service provider. You understand? Now, over there, if your internet service provider is low, you understand? If the bandwidth is low, it's just like here now. Right now, if I test my internet speed now, it's coming out at 2 Mbps. So if your Mbps is low, definitely your connectivity will be very low. You won't get enough. Listen, that's why lately now people have been going to Starlink because it's very fast. Whether you're there inside bush, wherever you want it, it's very very fast. Yes. So
Okay.
and it can with it's just like with what someone now is using Starlink to upload. Someone can upload a movie of 50 gig in less than 10 minutes. Meanwhile, you now where they use MTN network now where the speed now 2 Mbps. It will take you 7 days to upload the movie.
But well, that's not the only thing that affects network. But there are other factors too. And it might be within the place you are staying at.
Yeah, just like here now, they get network issue. Nigeria now just they get network issues since. My back. NPN, I was the one that dropped a message for you.
You said what?
I was the one that sent you a message on WhatsApp.
Okay, favor, right?
Yes, favor.
Okay, okay.
All right.
But I replied you now.
Yes, you did. I just wanted you to know who you was
Okay, there's
speaking
no
with.
problem. But it's like you've not been in class since,
Me, I'm always in
because your
class. So
name is not familiar.
for like the past 3 or 4 this thing, I've always been here. Like I've always
Mm.
yes, I've always spoken here now. Last time it was
Even in
I
the
and
life
Nena that
class.
they used in the live class, like the past 4 live class now. I've always been
Wow.
here.
I'm not even aware. Somebody is asking how much is the Starlink. I heard it's like 100 and something thousand.
No, Starlink is 400 something 475,000 now.
How much?
475,000.
My dear sister. And I was saying 100 and something thousand.
100 and guinea.
So the 400 and something thousand, is it that you're not going to be recharging it anymore? You just buy
No, you'll
and
be
use.
recharging. You is to buy. The recharge is a monthly subscription is 30,000 monthly.
Monthly subscription, 30,000. Well,
Yes, monthly subscription,
whoever
and it's
buys it should know
unlimited.
that they are using it for something they are using and maybe gaining something so much from.
But it's better now. Like it's better. The only disadvantage is
Yes,
that
that's what I'm saying. If you are buying it, you should know that what is going to serve you. You are going to get the amount you are spending
yes,
on it
the value.
because
Mm-hmm.
yes, you're going to get the value. Why spend so much when you're not using it to do
Bye.
anything? Unless you have some to throw away. In Nigeria now, who has cash to throw away? Everybody that is looking for money.
No, not be everybody.
It's
People you
sad.
get people where they
People where they now people where they embezzle funds wey suppose reach citizen. Normally now, everybody they find cash for Naija. Normally now.
It's
Why do they
actually
sell
a
money for
debate.
POS now?
How much did they sell for your side?
I don't know, shall. Nothing concern me, concern cash. But I know people, I'm not complaining, but people are complaining.
I'm happy for you. Nothing cause I cash.
Not concern me. It's the poor masses. The people are crying. Yes, the people are crying. They are embezzling funds. Those embezzling it, they are not talking. And when they give you a little, you feel they are doing you a favor. That's our money.
Okay, he's back.
Very bad. Okay.
His microphone was off.
Mr. Davis village paper actually came for him today.
Yeah, thanks for your patience. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can.
welcome back, sir.
Yeah, thanks. So I was trying to show you guys, I was asking a question. This symbol, what does it represent? Is it greater than
That is
or
the first
Greater
one is
equal?
than
less than. The
and
first one
less
is
than.
less than. The second one is
Okay,
less
less
is
than,
greater than.
greater than, good. So for this particular one, we are, if you look at this formula, we are actually saying if this cell is less than 100, you put less than 100, comma, greater than or equal to 100. So let's say I want to remove 500 and then put 50 and then click outside. What do you see? It changes automatically to what? Less than
Less
100.
than 100.
If I change it and I put 1000, watch and see. If I click outside, what do you see?
Greater than or equal to 100.
Greater than or equal to 100. If I come here and I put
Or equal
80,
to.
I click outside. What do you see?
Less than 100.
Less than 100.
Less than
So
100.
you can actually also use if statements to make a particular cell to be reactive. In other words, you can tell people that anytime you change a particular value, this is what you want it to be. So we can now come and say equals to if bracket open. What's a logical test? Everything that is here. Remember, when we choose a cell, we are not just choosing 100, we are choosing the cell. That is why we can go back and change it to anything and it will obey our rule. But what happens if we put 100? What happens? It means we have to always go back to the formula to be changing it. So we say when this is greater than, or let's say less than, when it is less than 100, we can now put what is the value if true. The value if true we want to put here is what?
Less
Less than
than
100.
100.
And what is the value if false?
Greater than
Greater or
100 or
equal
equal to
to 100.
100.
Then close bracket
Bracket
and hit
close.
enter. So
Greater
we can
or
see
equal
if
to
we change it to 50, we click outside, what happened? 50 is
less
what?
than
Less than
less than
100.
100.
If you put 80 and click outside, 80 is still
Le-
less than
less
100.
than 100.
And you put 1000, click outside, 1000 is what? Greater
Greater
or
or equal
equal
to.
to 100. So guys, do you see how that works? Do you see how what if statements can do? You can use it to validate
Yes.
a table. You can use it to tell people that the table has a certain type of validation. You can actually also use it to improve the content of a particular cell by narrating to the person watching to say, you know what, if this thing is like this, it is called this way. If it is not like this, it is called the other way. So you are going to use this, solve the following if statements. So you can choose any of these and use the if statements to put either of them to be true or false.
Of course.
So by the end of today, you should have your grouping, those of you in the premium group. And tomorrow, we are going to be looking at VLOOKUP and we are going to be looking at SUMIF and index match. VLOOKUP and index match. Let me send you guys something on please download this in your Excel because we're going to be looking at it tomorrow. Can you guys still see my screen?
Yes, you
Yes,
can.
you're on Discord.
Okay. Where the heck is? Um. Anyway, I can't find it. I'll drop it. I'll drop it. Just let me look for it because there are some documents that are too personal. All right. Questions, please. So this is the document. Let me share my screen. Yes, you can still pay for the premium class. Who's talking about embezzlement? Were you people trying to embezzle money when I left?
Well, it's just a chat.
Okay, so this is the document. I just posted it here on your. We are
Discord
going to
server.
use it tomorrow. Yeah, on the Discord server. Take it. Put it on the WhatsApp group, please. Please do it now. Do it now. Put it on all the WhatsApp groups as well. Those of you
Okay, sir.
here, copy, download it, forward it to the WhatsApp groups. And if there's any question, now is the time I respond to them. We've really done a lot today, right? If you guys learn anything,
Yes, we
Yes, we
did.
did.
so we've looked at pivot tables, we've looked at pivot charts, we've looked at joins, we've looked at if statements. I don't want to overburden you guys with too much information. Just
We looked at date and time.
yeah, we looked at date and time. That's good. And tomorrow we'll look at VLOOKUP, we'll look at index match, and then we'll look at sum if and count if. Then hopefully next class, if you look at your Excel file, let me share my screen. Next class, which is like next week, we are going to move over to advanced Excel functions. That will be looking at conditional formatting, data cleaning and modeling, replace. Okay, we're already talking about index match, which is going to be tomorrow. We'll look at that tomorrow. So from next week, we'll be looking at conditional formatting. So basically, we have like two weeks more before the end of this class. 2 weeks more, and then we should be done. Like after next week, they will be rounding up in the other coming week. All right, if there's no question, guys, I need to go and do what I normally do when I'm hungry.
Thank you
See
so
you
much.
guys. Bye.
See you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.